Every time that you shave, you might be gambling with your life. Or at least that's the way it used to be. Let me explain. You see this is a vintage shaving kit, and it has something that most modern kits don't, which is non-disposable blades. Now, anybody who's ever shaved before can tell you that this is dangerous because if you aren't extra careful to make sure that your blades stay sharp, you put yourself at risk of getting cut. But what's that got to do with putting your life on the line? Well, in this case, everything. Something that a lot of people don't realize is just how many lives have been saved through the invention of modern antibiotics. Before things like penicillin, even the smallest cuts could serve as breeding grounds for bacteria, which means that, sadly, a lot of shavers lost their lives to blood poisoning. When the disposable razor was invented in 1904, it created a new alternative to the old style of maintenance that involved sharpening, honing, and stropping your razor. Now, if your old blade got dull, you could just replace it. Now, to be fair to Rolls Razor, who made this particular kit, which is called the Wetter, if you're interested, this razor was most likely made somewhere between the 1930s to 1950s, and by that time, things like disinfectants had become more widely accessible. Just as a side note, if you want to hear me talk more in depth about things like this, then just let me know by leaving a like or a comment. I've got a whole bunch of thingamajigs, doodads, and I'm currently waiting on a shipment of whatchamacallits. And on a more serious side note, I prepared something for this. Even though it is a good idea to keep yourself stocked on disinfectants and other first aid supplies, most experts recommend cleaning fresh wounds with soapy water rather than something like antiseptic fluid. It's best to use something like iodine if the wound is showing signs of infection. But this is not medical advice. You should speak to an actual medical professional if you ever do have a wound that needs to be treated. But anyway, this is Fortress of Nose signing out.